Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. The spirit has returned to the historic, newly remodeled Kerry James restaurant in Cummins. Bring that special person for a delicious meal out, or bring the family for an amazing dining experience. The new owners have expanded seating and developed a delicious menu second to none. Stop in for a quick bite or experience the delicacies being prepared for you now at the new Kerry James of Cummins. Hale Hardware, your do-it-center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale. This week on Michigan Magazine, we visit with Michigan outdoor writer Tom Huggler at a popular fishing expo at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Besides an increase in Michigan fishing enthusiasm, we talk with Tom about the amazing increase in camping in Michigan. Then we head into the studios of the Voice of the Great Lakes, WJR Radio in Detroit, to visit with a popular and sometimes controversial air personality, Frank Beckman. Then, of course, we have our phrase of the week, a chance for you to win something Michigan. It's all coming up next on Michigan Magazine. Something special's cooking, hot and delicious. Indulge yourself at Morning at Maggie's in Bay City. Omelets, frittatas, hotcakes, and more. Make every day special with a stop at Morning at Maggie's for breakfast or lunch on Saginaw in Bay City. Experience the beauty, artistry, and taste of Northern Michigan. Come to Amish Country Natural Products on Mount Tom Road, north of Mile, just off M33. From arts and crafts to fresh foods and vegetables, all natural, all local, all good. Stop by and get acquainted with Amish Country Natural Products, 1454 North Mount Tom Road, Mile.
Earlier this year, Michigan Magazine had the opportunity to attend one of the largest fishing expos of its kind in the state, held at the Palace of Auburn Hills, the Greater Detroit Sport Fishing Expo. While there, we visited with one of the expo's coordinators and award-winning outdoor writer, Tom Huggler. In an earlier edition of Michigan Magazine, we talked with Tom about his many accomplishments and his love of the great outdoors, which eventually led him to become one of the state's more popular writers. Tom's writings are featured in numerous outdoor publications such as Woods and Water News, Michigan Out of Doors. He's the camping editor of Outdoor Life magazine, the Great Lakes columnist for the North American Fisherman, the Hunting Dogs columnist for the North American Hunter. Tom also is a contributing writer to Gun Dog and Wing and Shot magazines, just to name a few. Tom promised us a personal tour that day of the expo, which draws thousands of sport fishing enthusiasts to the Palace to see what is the latest on the sport fishing scene. But first, our talk centered on his many hunting and fishing experiences, which led to a conversation on another outdoor activity Tom especially enjoyed, one that the whole family can enjoy no matter what the age, that being camping.
Camping is a popular activity. It's growing in popularity. Last year, 80 million Americans stretched canvas somewhere. You know,
oh boy,
that's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it follows hiking as our fourth most popular activity.
Do you find, Tom, that family has become more family today? People are wanting to take their kids, do things with their kids, take them out, and get introduced to God's country.
I think there's a emphasis of the importance of family. We're beginning to find out what happens when we don't do family things, when we don't take time with our kids. And the best way to take time with a kid is take him outdoors. It's there.
Yeah, right.
And in this state, it's all around us. Take a kid fishing or hunting or camping.
And get him some of them gooey marshmallows or them hot dogs.
Yeah. That's right. There's a lot. There is a growing interest in that now. I'm convinced of it. You know, the problem is time. Everybody's working, and we're not taking time. The average vacation is 4 days now.
Isn't that terrible?
It's not 2 weeks like it was when you and I were kids.
What is it? They want to make things, or we try to make things simpler, and we have microwaves, we have computers, we have all these things to save time, but yet now we have less time for ourselves or for family.
Because we've got to go make the money to pay for all that material
Philosophizing,
stuff.
folks.
But there's nothing simpler than camping. Now really, when you and I
Right.
were kids, and I'm sure you did
Cane,
this.
cane pour, a little willow tree, you know.
Yeah. Well, we
They were
both grew
fishing.
up in the Flint area.
Right.
We probably camped in the same areas
Yeah.
too, and it was simple. You know, you'd take a pup tent. We called them pup tents,
tents.
or two-man mountain tents
Yeah.
in those days. You'd set it up under the stars. We didn't have anything fancy, an old blanket, a pillow, hopefully, and enjoy ourselves. What did it cost? Nothing. And we had a good outdoor quality experience.
Pleasant memories. And today, that's what we're talking about there too. And Michigan has it, folks. At any rate, what we're going to do right now, Tom, if you would, we'll get up from here and we'll take a walk down through the aisles here and meet some of the folks here. And what this expo is all about is, well, outdoor fishing.
They're just opening for the day.
All right.
And a lot of room in the aisles. We can move around without a press of people. This place fills up fast.
All right. Well, let's do that right now then. Look at the northern over here. Northern, walleye. You didn't catch them, did you?
Sure did.
You caught them?
Yeah.
That's not a fish story now.
No, it's not a fish story.
All right.
How you doing?
Oh, not too bad.
You having a good show so far?
Oh yeah, great. It's been good.
Everybody who comes in here really talks fishing, don't they?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been pretty good.
And that's the kind of fish that I'd like to tie on to. I probably have, but never got them in my boat.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That pike probably goes, let me guess, don't tell me. I've had them on that size. I'll bet you that is about a 25-pounder.
Close.
Yes.
Yeah.
24
Close.
maybe?
It's 28.5 pounds.
28 and a half. And this guy here is an interesting man because he just caught a 12.5-pound walleye, didn't you, bud?
I certainly did.
2 days ago, you were telling me
Yes,
about
on
that?
Lake Erie.
On Lake Erie,
It
12
looked
and a
like,
half.
it looked like an alligator coming out of the water.
I don't think I'd want it in a boat with me if I brought it in.
It was so big.
Uh-oh.
I won't lie to you because I've got one of these whoppers. See? This way you can tell if a fisherman's lying.
There you go. You've got him pinned in. All right.
Bud's the editor of Walleye Magazine.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you, Joe.
You know, here we are in Michigan, you know, and here at the Palace, and we have folks from Canada, all over the country
Well, you
that
see-
come here to the Palace.
Yeah, because everything here is related to fishing. Now look at here.
Oh, this guy's got food.
He's cooking fish, right?
Oh.
Batter mix.
What is it?
Shore lunch batter mix.
Uh-huh.
I've got Cajun style that's new this year, and the original style we've had for a while, and then I have what you bake with too.
Is it good?
Oh, they're
Oh,
great.
it's
Do you
delicious.
like hot stuff?
No.
You don't?
To be honest with you, I don't.
Does anybody, any of you guys like hot
Oh, the cameraman. My buddy and partner there, Barry, loves that
stuff? I've
stuff.
got something for you that we made up. Have you ever heard of Mexican torpedoes?
Oh,
Well, you're about to taste one.
he'll try anything once.
You want me to grab the camera if you keep
Have you tried that, Tom?
No, I haven't. I
Now,
think
this
I'll
is
watch
done with
and
our
see how it
Cajun
affects
style.
dairy.
Oh,
A little toothpick on there, and that's a jalapeno pepper
Oh.
stuffed with mozzarella cheese.
Tell me, is it good?
It's good.
It is good.
We're hot.
It's delicious.
Hi, Chris.
Howdy.
I want you to meet Del Vaughn of Michigan Magazine.
Hi, Chris.
This is Chris
pleasure.
Bosnock, the show
How you doing,
manager
Chris?
from Expositions Incorporated.
Why would all these folks come down here, you know, down here in the Auburn Hills of Michigan, here at the Palace? What would bring them all into here? I mean, you've got, all kinds of exhibits here. Why here?
Well, 6 years ago when we started the show, there wasn't really one show that people could go to that just totally focused on fishing. And that's the formula we came up with, which is nothing but sport fishing displays and exhibits and top-notch seminar speakers. And, you know, it's a very vertical show, and it's proven to be very successful.
Well, I can say one thing. It sure looks like it to me. And I have never been to an expo yet that has displays and exhibits like this and is so well done.
Well, besides, you know, the formula of the show being just pure sport fishing exhibits, the Palace of Auburn Hills is probably the premier exhibit facility, not only in Michigan, but probably the entire country. It was planned, you know, the right way with people in mind. The concourse level is beautiful,
lot of
wide,
parking.
well lit, 10,000 parking spots,
You got 300 exhibits here or so?
about 325 displays.
Oh my. And it isn't so packed that you cannot get down the aisles and you cannot see. I mean, you can see them all very well. They're just done really great. Well, thanks again, Chris.
Thank you.
I stopped here. I wanted you to meet Ron Spiller with the Department of Natural Resources.
Hi, Ron.
How do you do?
Glad to meet you. What you do here at the Palace here at Auburn Hills is inform people on what? You educate them in what?
We just have anything they need in terms of fishing information. We have the new fishing guide and a lot of our brochures and a number of good mounts of Master Angler large game fish from Michigan. And we just answer the questions and help them out any way we can.
You find that people that in our outdoors people that they're wanting to be more informed, they're working more with the Department of Natural Resources and trying to do things to conserve, to rehabilitate our resources.
Oh, absolutely, and frankly, and I think Tom will agree for sure, that the people in Michigan, especially southern Michigan, are better informed than they've ever been. And they, nobody fools them with things. They know their science, they know what's going on, and if they don't think what's going on is right, they'll tell you, and they'll give you reasons why, and they make us do our homework.
And they're very conservation oriented. Look at catch and release, Ron. I think you told me last year at this show that about 80% of the bass are now being put back in the lake.
Yeah, a little lower than that from our survey, but particularly in this area. Now, further north it may not be the same, but down here there's tremendous interest and pressure to release those bass and just enjoy the catch.
Sure.
But certainly no one's saying don't take fish home to eat.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we encourage people, when you want a meal, take enough home to eat. Just don't waste it.
Well, there's better fish to eat than bass.
That's true too. That's true too. Yeah.
But it really is interesting to see. I know through our travels across the state, Upper Peninsula, wherever we're at, people are becoming more aware. They're more conscious of keeping the roads clean, the park systems. At least it seems, it's much nicer to travel down the road and see wild flowers growing than to see cans and litter.
Oh, absolutely.
Only one resource. We better take care of it.
That's right. Yeah. Nice talking to you.
Same
nice
here.
meeting you.
Thanks for stopping by.
And keep up the great work.
Thank you. We'll try.
Right.
Thanks, Ron. Joe, this is Del Vaughn from Michigan Magazine.
Nice to meet you, Joe.
My pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
I wanted him to stop and maybe you give him a little background on what Oakland County Sport Fishing Association
I would
does.
love to. Just as you see here today, which is just a drop in the bucket. Now, probably tomorrow, this place will be just packed with people getting their license. And the reason why they do that, because they know by purchasing their license here, the money that we get, that money goes back into fishing docks for the handicapped kids. We send them to the Shriner Circus, and then they go down to Erie. And the charter boat people down there to take these kids out also. And along with that, we have a track magazine from MUCC that we get, and that goes to the kids also. So that's a good example where this money is going to.
What you're doing just goes to show you and show the folks out there in Michigan that we have a lot to be proud of in this great state of ours, because there's folks like you and your group of people here that are volunteering time to help people that are handicapped to make it more accessible where they can get out and fish and enjoy the great outdoors like we do. Joe, it certainly has been a pleasure to meet you and talk with you.
Well, I've enjoyed it very much.
And keep up the great work.
I will do that. You can bet on that.
Michigan's great outdoors is becoming more and more accessible to everyone, and thanks to the people like the ones we met at the Sport Fishing Expo at the Palace. It's become a much more enjoyable experience. I'd like to thank all those who made this year's expo at the Palace of Auburn Hills such a great success. And a special thank you to one of the coordinators and outdoor journalists, Tom Huggler, for the interview and personal tour.
Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by Campin Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare. What began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more. Plus a full menu at the new adjacent traffic stop diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination. Campin Donuts. Hingeman Acres Canoe Livery and Resort on M33 just north of Mayo, catering to the outdoor enthusiasts. Cabins, canoes, kayaks, rafts, and more. Daytime or overnight trips along the world-famous Asabo River. A family getaway for over 75 years. Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mile. The Cedar Tavern and Grill of Lupton, where friends come to meet friends and families come for delicious food and a wholesome atmosphere. Come relax with your favorite beverage or bring the crew for a great meal and live entertainment. It's happening now at the Cedar of Lupton.
Michigan Magazine is on the road again, and we found ourselves in Detroit. Not only that, we found ourselves at the Fisher Building, and we found ourselves here at the Frank Beckman Show. And it's nice to meet you.
Good to see you, Bill.
All right. Well, there's a lot of things that you know. I listen to you every morning. Okay?
Thank you for that.
I've tried to think of different questions I'm going to ask
I'm waiting
Frank
for the
Beckman.
flip side. There's a lot of things you know, but there's a lot
here
of
we
things
go.
you don't know.
Okay, I do know that in thinking about it, I said, what am I going to ask him? I said, he knows about sports. I don't want to go there because I don't know anything about it, and I don't want to talk to him about politics. He knows everything about politics, but there's one thing that you know more than anybody else in the United States and probably in the world.
That's me.
And that's Frank Beckman. And that's what I want to talk about. First question, where are you from and how did you get to Michigan and what are you going to do about it? Tell me. I like the easy questions.
Bill, I'm a lifer here. I mean, I've had opportunities to leave Michigan a number of times in my career, and because of family, because I just like it here. I'm comfortable here. I've always found a reason to stay. And I was born in Germany. Family came over when I was 1 year old in 1951, and they alighted to Michigan and stayed here. And this is where I grew up, in Detroit and in Warren. And I don't know any place else. I've visited every place else, and I enjoy a lot of other places, but this is home, and it always will be, I think.
Well, I think it's obvious in your show because you talk about Michigan, you're aware of what's going on in Michigan sports.
I think I've been almost everywhere in Michigan.
Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
Haven't been to Copper Harbor. So.
I guess one of the first questions I want to ask you beyond that about Frank Beckman, let me ask you, I mean, every morning you're on there, and of course you precede Rush, what's his name? Rush
Limbaugh.
Oh, that's his name.
Limbaugh?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, we build a little audience for him. You know?
Yeah, help him out. Let me ask you a simple question. One of your interviews that you've done, you've interviewed probably just about everybody, but can you pick one that stands out in your mind that I knew that was going to, you can take a minute and write them down if you want, but...
no, that's so hard to do. That's like saying which one of your kids is your favorite, you know?
That was my next question.
No, I don't think I can do that. I've had so many memorable things I've done during the course of... You got to remember now, I've been at JR since 1972.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to be celebrating on 9/11 as it happens. That'll be my 35th anniversary at the radio station.
Is that right?
After I was hired as just a young news guy. So, I mean, over the course of that time, it's been one or two conversations that are memorable, and some I'd rather forget too that I've done on the air. I think the key to interviewing and what keeps me going every day is the variety, something new and something interesting, and finding something interesting in every person you talk to. And so I really find it hard to say, oh yeah, that one interview. I mean, I remember interviewing when I was doing sports rap many years ago in the 80s. Tiger Woods came to town. He was 15 years old. He was playing in a youth tournament in Ann Arbor.
A little kid.
Yeah, he was a little kid. He had the great reputation already that he was going to be the next Jack Nicklaus and, memorable golfer. And he had a bad first round. We were finally able to get an interview with him that night after his bad first round, and he was just a little jerk.
Is that right?
Oh, it was terrible.
Wow. Was his dad with him?
And and I said on the air that his dad ought to give him a spanking after that. I put him over his knee and spank him, and I got a lot of feedback for that. But there were interviews where he broke stories and just stories that I covered in news and in sports. It would be tough to pick out just one interview, though. I don't think I could do that.
Vacation. Don't make the planning of it more than what you're trying to get away from. At northernmichigancabinrentals.com, you can choose from over 2,500 cabins, cottages, lodges, resorts, lakefront vacation home rentals, and more. Whatever experience you're looking for, from rustic to luxury and everything in between. No more rustling with telephone books. No more endless internet searches. Just one site with over 2,500 Northern Michigan destinations. northernmichigancabinrentals.com.
It's back and making memories for a new generation. The Rustic Inn of Lewiston, now open to chase away those winter blues with hot, delicious food, your favorite beverage, and an atmosphere that'll keep you coming back to make new memories and new friends. The new Rustic Inn on Red Oak Road, just south of Lewiston. Thanks for joining us. It's now time to win. Here's the phrase of the week. Michigan has over 100 state parks ready and waiting for you. Send it to us at the email or physical addresses listed here. Your chance to win something made in Michigan. Have a great week. We'll see you here next week or online 24/7. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare. A winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery. For home, medical, and healthcare products, visit Rose City Drug at 2640 North M33, just south of Rose City city limits. Rose City Drug has a complete diabetic department, including shoes. Serving Michigan for over 20 years. Rose City Drug, Rose City.